Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. So I have technical issues here. I cannot connect my earpods. It's didn't want me to change. So before I do anything, whoever's already here, please let me know if you see and hear me, because I have some issues here. So welcome to the Soul Infused Monday show. If it is actually working, and if you are live watching this right now, please do me a favor and leave me a comment so that I know that you're here and see me. I'm like, okay, so Laura, do you see and hear me? Okay, fantastic. Okay, good. All right, so let's get this started then. Happy Monday. Okay, thank you, Jody. Yeah, fantastic. I was just a glitch here and I didn't know if it works out and I can't connect my earpods. So, let me just take a nice deep breath to kind of like get recentered, and I invite you to do the same. Or if you're just arriving, to take a nice deep breath, to settle in, to grab a glass of water, to remove any distractions, and I'm going to give it another second. Hi Mahi, fantastic. Who else is here on the show today? Leave a comment below. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm always curious. Where in the world are you today on this Monday? And if you're new to my show, my name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre. I am a life coach and energy healer. I've been doing energy work for over 20 years, and I'm here to support and help you to connect to yourself, to connect to your soul, and to live a meaningful, authentic, and joyful life. Now, take a breath. What I'm going to do today, I'm not teaching anything in particular, even though, you know, there's always something to learn. And thank you for coming back every Monday. I was tuning in on what was going on this week for my clients, for my friends, for myself, and what I felt the biggest need. And what I want to do today is to simply, it sounds simple, but it's not that easy, to hold space and to use acceptance for healing. Now, most of us know and understand that acceptance is a good antidote for resistance, judgment, and ultimately an incredible, powerful tool for profound healing. Now, just because we know that, it's not so easy. And the question that arises to me, that came up is like, how do we accept the unacceptable? How do we accept the unwanted? And by what I mean by unacceptable, unwanted is the things that we don't want to accept, the things that we resist, the things that we have a hard time dealing with, and how to use that today. And I want to create an energetical space today and hold space so that whatever can be touched within yourself today and the places that need the most healing, acceptance, and love, to create that energy field of acceptance, presence, and holding space so healing can occur. Now, I want you to know that whatever you are experiencing right now, whether it's high, euphoric, super happy, or you are extremely depressed in the lowest moment of your life, you are welcome to be however you are being today. There's no right or wrong. There's no better than worse. I invite you for this very moment to tune in and just think, how am I doing in this very moment? What am I experiencing? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? Just take a moment to really tune in. Take a moment to tune in. And choose one word to describe. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just give it one word. One word that describes how you're feeling right now in this very moment, and leave me a comment below. And what I'm going to do today also, if you don't have a pen and a paper close by, grab a pen and a paper. I'm going to do a little bit something interactive today. It's really not a lot, but it will help you to have more clarity and to hold space for what it means to be released and accepted today. Okay, so we have Jody from Louisiana watching in Rhode Island. Hi, Debbie. Laura's feeling calm, beautiful. Yeah. And I want you to know, just joining here on a Monday and taking a breath and simply tune into the field that is created, it already affecting your energy field. So if nothing else, and you simply be present, you listen, you breathe, you are part of this community, part of this energy field that I'm creating, and it will actually resonate, your field will resonate with the frequency, and it can help you to already release and feel more calm, even just by joining. Thank you, Jody. So video is freezing sometimes. I don't know. There is a little bit of a tech issue today in the air. So I apologize. And for the moments that you hear and see me clearly, trust that anything I say in between, your energy field resonates with it. Okay? So I'm curious. Do you know, or do you sometimes struggle with understanding that, hey, I should accept this in my life, but I have such a hard time accepting. And even though you want to accept it, you are fighting it, you're resisting it, and you're really struggling with it. And consciously you understand, oh man, I know better than this. But you still have a hard time? Let me know if that's true for you too. Let me know if you can resonate. Okay, fine for me, fine, not freezing here. Thank you guys. Fantastic. Okay. So can you relate to that? And then the next question would be, what is it at this moment in time that you are having a hard time accepting? And I'm going to give you a few examples, because sometimes it's like, what is she talking about, right? It can be something very subtle. It can be something big. And again, it's not logic. It's not that, you consciously wake up in the morning and say, hey, I'm struggling with a headache today, or I am anxious around money, or I feel depressed, or I'm struggling with an urge to numb myself with something, an addiction, and whatever, it doesn't even matter. Or maybe it's even, I want to read a book, but I'm not doing it. Any type of self-sabotage, thoughts, self-judgment, and in a way, you're having a hard time accepting yourself in that moment, even with the unacceptable. Does that make sense? It sounds kind of a little bit weird, but does that make sense to you? Hi, Kelly. Thanks for saying hi and sending me some love. So take a moment and take a piece of pen and a paper and just write down things that you are having a hard time accepting. You don't even have to share them with me. If you do want to share them with me, and you're open to share them with me, I will bring it into the field to hold space for you to heal that piece. Now, things that I've been not accepting, or over the years trying to be more accepting of myself, but also anytime I revisit depression, it seems like every couple of years it hits hard for some reason, and I'm not going to go into the details. Of course, the reasons are there. It could be that you get sick, or you are very hard on yourself for a reason, or you are not where you want to be. It can be internally, it can be physically, your body. Maybe there's still something in your body, I can relate to that big time, that you're having a hard time accepting, even though you know it's just part of who you are. It's not going to change by not accepting it. Debbie, yes, aging of your parents. That's a, yeah, fantastic. Thank you for sharing. And aging is a good one. A part of me is still resisting and not accepting that I'm aging. I mean, what it has no purpose resisting that. But again, it's not a conscious, intentional choice in that matter. It's just what comes through conditioning and programming and judgment. So Debbie, you are struggling with aging of your parents. Aging could be one for many of us. It could be body image. It could be a behavior. Is there a behavior that you know yourself of? And be super honest with yourself. This is not about judging. This is not about blaming or shaming. This is about looking at the things that you are generally having a hard time accepting. Choose the things that are kind of like unacceptable and write them down on a piece of paper. There's a point in me telling you to write it down. If you don't want to share it in a comment, share it for yourself on paper. If you do feel open to share, write a comment below. What's something that you have a really hard time accepting? Take a breath, tune in. And I'm taking a lot of time today to really holding space, tuning in. I'm gonna also do some, like, you don't see me doing it, but I'm doing some trauma release for you. So if you share a comment, I can pull you into that by intention more than if I don't know that you're there. But either way, it's gonna be helpful for you and effective. And I'm gonna take a moment to tune in and center myself and tune into the field, into the group, into you. And I invite you to do the same. Take a breath, and as much as you can right now, relax your body and give yourself permission to accept for a moment that what you don't want to accept. Imagine you do it just even for 30 seconds. Debbie, for example, take a breath and be in acceptance for a moment that your parents are aging. Just for a moment, like, and relax your body. I put it into the field. It's an intentional, conscious accepting of the fact that your parents are aging. And Laura is, and your comment will come in a second, that my best is, oops. What are you having a hard time? Is it a part of your body? If it's that you're maybe struggling with health, maybe that you're single, maybe that you are in an unhappy marriage, maybe it is, so I'm fishing here. So if you give me yours, I can pull that into the field and I can create the energy for you to be more in acceptance with it. So take a moment, take a breath, and accept for a moment. And here comes another that I'm not good enough, accepting that I'm not good enough. Hi, Amy. And if you're just joining in, I'm holding the space and creating the field for you to tune in to what is something that you are having a hard time accepting. And so that we can pull that into the space to kind of like bring acceptance, love, and healing into that place. Now, acceptance is one of the most powerful forms of coming back into flow. Because when we are not accepting something, we are blocking the energy. Sugar addiction, body image, yes. And Laura, and anyone who has body image, be more specific. What is the one part of your body that you have the toughest time with accepting? You don't even have to share it, but just tune into that. What's the part of your body that you reject? Because we reject it. So we don't accept it, we reject it. You know that one of our biggest fears is to be rejected? And often we don't realize that we reject ourselves every single day. Let that sink in for a moment. You oftentimes are afraid of doing something on the outside because we are all so afraid of rejection. And now turn it inward is like, how many times are you rejecting yourself or something about yourself on a daily basis? We all do it. So don't feel bad about it. It's like when we bring the truth into the light, we can give it space and let it flow and let it heal. The belly, yes. Amy, thank you for sharing that your son is autistic. It's a taboo. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing. And I want to hold space for you. I want to hold space for Laura's belly, Amy's son is autistic, that your aging of your parents, the lack of empathy, sugar addiction. Yep, same. Okay. So you see, first of all, by sharing, do you feel, I don't know if you feel it, but I'm an entity. Of course, I tune into the field. Just by you sharing and communicating and being here together, it's like an energy of love, compassion, and understanding and connection. Now, by verbalizing it, it gives it power actually to release, because it comes to the surface, it comes to the light. What we reject, there's often shame involved, and shame always wants to hide. Over the years, have been extremely transparent. And to this day, like just recently, last week, I was talking about it, I'm going through a phase of depression myself right now. So I am not just theoretically talking about this. I know it very well. I've been in the past in there way worse than now, but it's kind of revisiting it, and to really accept yourself also within the unaccepting of things. So for you that have shared and for you that you are aware, I have a hard time accepting something. I want to create the space and for you to invite you, accept for a moment that you're maybe unwilling to accept, and take a breath. Let that be okay. Accept for a moment that you don't know how to accept. Take a breath and accept that as well. And then you can take it a step deeper. What's the issue underneath? For example, I'm going to use what you shared with me. There's not accepting a sugar addiction. Food, I can relate to food addiction. So what's underneath? Like, what is the struggle with that? Is that what's underneath there? Is this how you feel about yourself? How it makes you look because you might gain weight? That it makes you sluggish? Is it maybe a judgment around not being disciplined, or it should be different? The not accepting that your son has autism, what's underneath there? Is it a feeling of guilt? Is it a feeling of helplessness? What is it? Or the belly, the not feeling good enough. And while you do that, just take a deep breath and hold space. And if I hear the video broadcast got interrupted, I cannot do anything about that. So I'm in acceptance of that. I invite you to be in acceptance of that too, because there's nothing we can do about it. So take a nice deep breath. And choose consciously for a moment to be okay. To be okay. And relax your physical body. And I'm tuning into the deeper energies. And what I want to invite you to support yourself in this healing, holding space, is massage your third eye. Massage the center of your energy field here, the third eye. It's in the middle of the forehead here. And take a deep breath and massage it upwards. If you've followed me for a while, you know I talk a lot about how to unhook, how to go up to the upper third eye. It is the doorway to a higher vibration, the doorway to a higher vision, as if you go above the struggle and you look at it from a higher perspective. So I invite you to do that. You can massage it, you can tap it, and you look slightly upwards. You can even physically look upwards for a moment. I don't know what you see up there, but it could be your ceiling, it could be the sky if you're out there. I don't know what you see, but it's more the movement upwards to bring the energy up. And while you do that, and if you are struggling with a particular body part or body image, touch the part of your body that you are so in rejection, that you are rejecting. If it's the belly, put your hands on your belly. If it's the thighs, put your hands on the thighs. If it's your breast, put your hands on your breasts. Maybe it's your nose. Maybe you have certain scars that you don't like, put your hands on it. Take another breath and imagine that the energy of your heart, there's love and compassion through your hands, and you're bringing it towards your body, towards yourself. And even though the unconscious mind, as we know, is so much stronger than the conscious mind can actually make a conscious choice. So I invite you again in this moment with what you are working on right now to consciously choose to accept yourself and to accept this particular issue. And you give it space as if it's, as you look at it without judgment, without pushing it away, but without clinging onto it either. It's as if this is my hand, so whether I like my hand or not, my hand is still here. And I use the hand because it's fairly neutral to most of us. I mean, I don't have a big issue with my hand. So I'm using this as an analogy. So look at your hand and see what's good about it. And you might first think, oh, there's nothing good about it. Yes, there's always something good about anything. And I'm tuning into those who are here live right now. And if you're here on the replay, and if you do leave a comment, I will tune into you as well and send it into this field. For the rejection or the not being able to accept that your son has autism, and maybe you're listening to this, someone else, and maybe it's not autism, maybe it's diabetes, maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's your own sickness, maybe it's a relative sickness, or your children or your parents. Now, often why we're having such a hard time accepting that is because either we feel bad for the other person, we think like, oh my God, they have it so bad, or we feel bad because we feel kind of helpless about it, or we are afraid of losing someone. And of course, there are other reasons in between, but those three reasons come up the strongest right now here into the field. So, and I'm bringing this up so that you can look at this person, your son, your parents, as they have their own path, they have their own journey. We don't know the higher calling, we don't know their journey on a higher level, and we are not responsible for their journey. We are a passenger. We are a friend on the path. Now, we might believe that this is a bad thing, that having a disease or maybe being autistic or aging, and I can talk about aging too, because that's one thing that I'm having a hard time accepting. That when we put our judgment aside and we look at that as an own path, and particularly with your children or your parents or friends, family members, and you look at them as empowered in their own journey, as if their soul made a choice to experience this in this lifetime for a reason. and look at them and hold them high, empowered, beautiful, unique, special. Not despite of it, because of it. And put yourself in the same bubble. What is it about yourself that you judge so much? And what if you turn it around and you look at it and it's like, hey, this makes me unique. I might have a hard time accepting that yet, and it might take me some time. I might have to do some work. But what if that makes me unique? And Debbie's sharing, I love this perspective of empowered in their own journey. Actually heard this in a religious class. Yeah. Empowered in their own journey, and you support them as friends on the path, but you are responsible to your own journey. That's a true thing. You're just so welcome, Amy. My heart is so with you. I really, really get it. Yeah, and you might have heard this before. This is not something that just came new, fresh from the ether. And I've been talking about this for at least a decade. And I get to remember myself. And I get to hold space for myself. And you get to hold space for yourself. And together we are holding space together. So take another breath, relax your body, open up your field. And if you know tapping, you can even, and I've done tapping last Monday. So if you want to go back to that show last Monday, I did a live tapping sequence where we released some of, depression, despair, anxiety, challenging emotions. So you can use the tapping right here, right now. So we'll do one little thing together. Tap on the side of your hand. And say, even though, and you use whatever you are not accepting, okay? Even though I'm having a hard time accepting, and you say what it is, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm not accepting, whatever it is that you say it out loud, my belly, that I'm not good enough, that my son has autism, that my parents are aging, whatever is yours, even though I'm not accepting, or I'm having a hard time accepting, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And tap here on the collarbone. You can do it with one hand, both, right, left. It doesn't really matter. Take a deep breath and say, I'm having a hard time accepting this. I'm having a hard time accepting this. But I'm open to the possibility that I can accept it. And I take a deep breath and I can feel the opening inside of me, underneath your eye, to accept and to release. I'm open to the possibility. I'm open to the possibility. And I'm starting the process right here, right now. Take a breath. Okay, so just take a moment to tune in and let me know how you're feeling right now. Leave me a comment below. And if you've not been here on Monday, I do have a private group tapping session on Wednesday, this Wednesday in 2 days from now, for an insane price that I'm only doing one time to support Journey. Some of you already signed up. If you do want to sign up, send me a message. It's only by personal invitation, and or you can also, if you want to, go to my homepage /group tapping and sign up for it. Now leave me a comment. Debbie's feeling good. How are you feeling? Take a breath. And what we're gonna do on Wednesday is to do more tapping and more individualized work on you, because it's gonna be on Zoom. So it's gonna be a one-on-one in a group setting, so to say. And the regular price for this is $350. And I'm doing this on Wednesday for only 50 to support you and have you in this journey. It's a very small group, and it's very, very powerful, and it's the only time I'm going to do it. So I hope to see you there. Feel free at this moment. Beautiful, Laura. Yes. Amy, how are you feeling? Debbie, yeah, you can catch a recording. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Now, of course, I only can touch the surface here. Trust that holding space in a group setting and creating energy healing will and has an effect on you. Now, if you want to go deeper and if you want to heal and clear some of those issues on a deeper level, and you want my support and a small group setting, join the Wednesday group tapping special that I'm doing, and you can find the link to purchase it on my homepage, soniabuonadella.com/group tapping. And it's, instead of $350, only for this one time, only for $50. And you will also get the recording if you cannot join live. Thank you, Sonia. This is helping already. Thank you. Thank you. You're so welcome. Peaceful. Beautiful. Yes, fantastic. Okay, so I hope to see you on Wednesday. Again, I keep repeating myself, but this is such an incredible opportunity. It's not even, it came to me on last Monday to offer it for such an insane low price, to give you an opportunity to use what you're struggling with right now. And if you don't want to join or invest the money right now, go back on to Monday last week, because I did some tapping that you can use as well. It will not get you as deep. It will not resolve your personal issues as if you would work with me. However, it is super, super powerful. But if you haven't joined or signed up, it's only through personal invitation. I'm going to do this only one time. I would love to do that with you. If you have any questions, let me know. And my invitation for the rest of the day for you is set the intention and keep the intention to accept yourself anytime you notice that you are rejecting yourself or something or somebody. Acceptance. Relax your body. Acceptance of the unacceptable. Laura saying, I cannot even imagine what I'm going to experience Wednesday. You have such a gift that helped me already. Thank you so much, Laura. I'm really excited to see you on Wednesday. Excited about Wednesday. Yes, Debbie, super excited to see you. Amy, if you change your mind, come. It's going to be amazing. If you have any questions or concerns, reach out to me. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Love yourself. Accept yourself. Be open to the possibility. And it only takes one step at a time. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to get moving. So keep breathing. Keep accepting when you are rejecting. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Wednesday or on the next episode of Soul Infused Monday. Much love.